time is an odd thing. Growing up, I was excited about what the years might hold, about the places I'd visit. I recall childhood moments with my mother on her throne and my father, a figure of mystery. I remember the rat plague, Mother's passing, and all that happened at the Hound Pit's pub. Now this. I just want to put an end to Delilah's reign and get my father back. This house holds her secrets. Delilah pulled herself up from tragedy, grabbing the Empire and changing it to her liking. With Duke Luca Abel, she transformed a coddled dilettante into a schemer who helped her take my throne. She's made herself immortal, and even my father's sword couldn't end her life. I'm going to undo all she's done. And next time, I'll hold on to the things I cherish, just a bit tighter. That's strange. I feel drained by this place. Something is wrong here. Even the air feels off. Stilton's sealed off from the rest of the district.
I still want to see like the cranes that they must have used to get all of that work up there. It's just like, are you crazy?
They probably just used like incredibly scary scaffolds.
That is a
what I'm seeing there is an incredibly scary scaffold in and of itself.
Congratulations, you climbed the really high thing. Half a rotten peach and some bone.
And a bone.
No, there was whalebone. I need all the bone I can get. Emily is...
I'm not touching
Emily
that
is
particular
bone
comment.
hungry.
You left yourself wide open, and I'm giving you a pass.
Keep your hands off her bone.
Even the fact that you're saying I left myself wide open is touching it, buddy.
Yeah, but this way
You
you
left,
can
you
pretend
left
to
yourself
think
wide
that's
open
You
for her
saying
bone.
touch it, just touch it.
We're just doing this.
Okay, so there's only one way in. I think
Wait, there's a safe there?
Yes. Have you not noticed this?
I always tear into this place at 1,000 miles an hour. No, I actually never
Well, you
noticed
missed a grand
that.
total of
Someone-
6 gold.
Why
The
do you
horror.
do that? You just trying to get it over with?
And a bone.
Yeah.
And a whalebone.
Nobody cares about the
He
whalebone.
said,
Yeah, I'm really worried about that.
I need all the whalebone for episode 9.
Stilton?
I'm a big fan of the rat on a stick right there.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I mean, food.
Why is that still a
Desperate
thing? Like,
people
the rat
food.
plague's gone.
How does that...
Well, but if you're in the dust district, you're probably poor as hell, so
That's
Like-
fair.
a rat is like meat on feet.
and they might have solved the rat plague problem, but they probably didn't solve the rat problem.
Yeah, that's fair.
And as we know, with the right bone
trying
chums,
to-
you can eat anything.
Even raw. I still have to go back and see if I have.
Hey, buddy.
Excuse me, if I have the bone charms that make some stupid nonsense about that. Really,
Sleepy
that
time.
actually went through.
Game has good physics.
They'll go through the like great
geometry.
stuff.
I
You can-
always
it's the
expect
same way
those
you can,
grates
like-
to just basically be bulletproof glass, no matter what game it's in.
It's always a shock when a video game actually lets you shoot through things.
If it's just barricaded by like a board, you can smash it from the outside, like in episode 3.
Yeah, I remember doing that, but cutting it with your blade is always a little bit different. I don't know. A programmer brain
It is a
don't
little
make sense
touchy.
slots.
It is a little touchy.
Gross.
They're coming out of the wall. It's ruining the carpets. That's a great thing to worry about.
Well, time
They still-
does
Well,
ruin
he's-
carpets.
He's all about appearances.
Elect yourself, Mr. Stilton.
I mean, he's got a pretty avant-garde haircut for the nouveau riche.
I hate you so much, dude.
A part of him and a part of this house never left that evening. The Duke's inner circle are still gathered here, setting their grand plan into motion.
He's like trying to look at you.
He tries to crane his head up,
One
and he's
day
just
the
gonna have to go
outside
see a
asked herself.
chiropractor after this.
What would happen if
Do
I
you
gave
mind? I'm
powers
talking to you.
the Empress, but also made her think that she was a cat?
One could time travel within his own life. Dr. Sam Beckett stepped on the accelerator.
So this was really boring and you can't skip it.
So you decided.
It's more entertaining.
What the hell even is this?
Have you not seen Quantum Leap?
Oh, okay. It's been like I last saw Quantum Leap when I was like 7, okay?
Alright, well, now you're getting a refresher. It's about going back in time and changing things for the better.
Yeah, well, the better.
Spoiler
Quantum
alert.
Leap was very ambiguous about how exactly, how much better these things could get.
No, it's pretty clear. You beat the boy racer who kills people. You make sure somebody's not racist. You make sure JFK doesn't get assassinated. I'm sure that was an episode.
That sounds about like, oh god, why are you doing this?
This cannot end well.
Works for grenades, too.
This is, you're gonna kill Stilton.
Maybe.
You are going to kill Stilton. There is just no
I just
two
like the
ways
fact that
about
they-
this.
Well, no one
They
said
tick
Emily was trying to change
endlessly.
history for the better.
Yeah, see,
Look, it's-
this is why I was a little bit unsure about the.
This
Quantum
isn't
Leap.
history, though. This is the present. I can do whatever
Yeah.
I want
Go
in the
to
present, and
sleep.
it doesn't affect history.
I will.
I hit him with a bottle.
Swear to God.
I will say that.
He's sleeping.
No, I can't even remember what thought process I had after that.
Yeah.
Nothing you do. Wait, what?
I'm trying to see if they'll let you shoot him. Like, but if you point the crossbow at him, it won't let you shoot him. So I'm trying to trick it, and I did it.
You made it
tricked it.
happen.
I did. I made it happen. So present messed up Aramis Stilton is dead.
Insano.
But
Stilton.
is
That is
he?
his name from now on. Insano Stilton.
Time is
dead.
odd.
Time is an odd thing.
Time is an odd thing.
Swear to
Let me
God.
tell you.
And now he's just going to be alive again at the end of this, I imagine. Or I don't know. You're not bound to be clean hands, so it can be whatever.
No, but I mean, I try to save the nice people.
Yeah.
Nice people.
Try is an odd word.
Look, I can't be held accountable if like a horrible accident happens to them, but I won't usually kill them like in their face.
He's out back. I need the code to the study.
Just it was an accident. It's my first day.
I feel like I should sue you for stealing my thing.
Yeah, really.
I know, it was an
Why?
homage.
Homage.
Can you imagine somebody blinking out of nowhere and choking your boss? And then choking you.
Okay then. That ended up a lot better for you than I had anticipated.
So I actually don't like replaying this level very much, so this is my cool guy impression where I'm pretty sure I just run through the
I
level
approve.
as fast as possible.
This
Like
is
choking
this is
everybody
again
out.
you making some serious serious excuses for yourself, Eric.
Oh no, I'm a big fan.
No,
No,
look, it's,
oh,
it's fine.
I quite liked the run across the table there that guy did for getting absolutely fucking
I'm the
frazzled.
dude who ran across the
I don't
table.
think school needs to make any excuses. This is smooth as hell.
That takedown was weird, but that
Yeah,
that
she,
wasn't
like-
school's fault. That was just a weird animation.
Did she like elbow him in the back of the neck, or I don't know?
Yeah, I mean, it was just sort of like, and then he was just like, blarg, I'm dead.
She's got one where she like knees somebody in the stomach and then like karate chops them on the back of the neck, but I think they don't do it unless like they're running away from her.
Boy, you really don't like redoing this level. You just passed up a painting for like no reason.
Did she?
I go back. I do honestly go back and collect all this stuff, but I probably don't show it in the video. I just get through the video to the good parts.
So this run is a
Oh,
protest
boy.
run by the sounds of things.
Protest run. This level has no powers and I'm angry.
But it forces you to be creative in
You
other
can't
ways.
take away
You
my
said
power of
protest, but I parsed it as
crankiness.
PRO space TEST.
Wow.
What? Yeah, okay. Honestly, I've made that mistake before.
you made the amateur mistake. You went, I'll open
went
it
a
with
little
the
too
button.
fast.
Oh wait, that's not how that works.
That's not the button.
It's fine. Everything's
Double
fine.
blood flies. Except not.
Yeah, the
I've kind of learned by this point that like everyone is relying on Robokai's run to show them like all the details and the mechanics and the levers and everything. So I'm just
Man,
like,
that's what we did in the first game. It's fine. Like
I'm like, you know the drill. I'm just gonna do this.
He was the one meandering, so I could act like a coke.
Well, as long as
squirrel.
somebody's on it.
it's a really sad timeline where I'm the one people are relying on to like show how to do something intelligently.
Oh,
Hi,
you're
dog.
valuable.
What is that ridiculous bone charm?
Yeah, that's careless assassin or something like that. Shortly after you get seen, it slows down time, but it doesn't actually stop you from being detected. Like for example, the stealth skill in Alpha Protocol, where you would just go invisible for a moment right when you were about to get spotted. So I actually don't like it that much because it still screws up your stats.
It's not a bone charm, I don't think. I think it's an upgrade to agility or something like that.
I could never remember
'Cause,
myself.
I forget. I remember the.
I don't know.
I remember the functionality, and I remember taking a look at it and basically seeing the stats there, and I'm like, oh well, then I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
So you compared it to the Alpha Protocol one, but I think it's a bit more like Metal Gear Solid 5, where time slows down. But in the difference between this one and Metal Gear
It's
Solid
reflex
5,
mode. There you go.
Metal Gear Solid 5, you can you've got like a few seconds before you're actually spotted. It's like that's when time slows down. It's like this guy can see you. What are you gonna do about it?
You're moving just slightly faster than them, so you have time to like load up your sleep arrows or whatever.
Yeah, they should keep the curious away, and we'll come back.
Hi.
So you notice I waited until he dropped the silver.
And he still shot you in the face.
Well, that's just because I don't know.
Will
'cause
will
I
he
don't
be able
care.
to get down from his stoop?
No, he can't. He doesn't.
Come on, stoop
He's
kid.
just stuck there.
He's trapped. He's suddenly forgotten.
Lord.
He's like, oh, what was that pre-programmed animated routine I kept? No, I ain't got this. I ain't got this at all. Help.
He doesn't know how to get down.
It's like me in the middle of comment. He's saying something to somebody. Hi.
Hello.
No,
And
no room
then-
to choke him
It
either.
won't let me smash him in the face. I feel like that should just be a gimme. When you pop out of the
You
future,
really should be able to.
you're allowed to smash someone in the
I-
face.
Oh come on! If I did that, you people would have been ticking up the whiff counter in no time.
Look, time is odd.
I swear to God.
There we go. There it is.
This is my excuse.
There's my R1
How did you
prompt.
not just try and kill him
Yeah.
earlier?
I'm trying not to kill everybody.
She's trying, damn
I
it.
have to maintain low chaos.
You have a lot of leeway for that,
I
particularly
do,
on
but
this
I
mission.
use that leeway in other levels.
That, like, I mean, there's a couple of levels where, yeah, okay, you screw up a couple of times and whoops, alright. But this level, you have 3 entire levels full of people that you have to kill fewer than 20% of. You know, it's
No,
not
it's
that
pretty
hard.
much just this level that has all the people. There's like nobody really in the present, and then in the altered present, there's like, I don't know, like 6 people?
What will change in the present based on what I do here tonight?
Artemis Stilton actually
Hello, I'm from the future!
Someone!
You!
Did she just...
Guard!
Yes.
Someone
Not run
appeared
in the
out
right
of nowhere
direction.
and choked this guard who was going through my shit.
Guards! Please be in the bathroom!
Yes, I do the levers. Because bone charms.
Yeah, no, that has to happen.
It does.
I still...
Oh no, I fell! Oh, how embarrassing.
Yeah, you totally beefed it right in front of those half-naked men.
They're looking down at you with incredible contempt right now.
I'm so ashamed.
You realize you can just climb on top of the half-naked men using your double jump, right?
Wow,
Yes,
that's a
but
bit.
I
That's a bit of
running.
sexual harassment in the workplace, cool guy.
I mean, hostile work environment.
Only one allowed
I
to
don't think
to
they're
climb
in
those
position
men
to
is
play.
Aramis Stilton. I don't know who you think you are, but
I mean, I know you want to climb them like a tree,
Doesn't.
but I don't
They're
know.
tall enough for it. got chests thick enough for it.
He like killed himself, but he also put a bag over his head.
So we're now going with the Benjamin Franklin way of handling this problem.
What?
Really, nobody got that.
How does Benjamin Franklin handle going through time?
Well, I mean, he wrote a mostly satirical, I mean, considering him mostly satirical pamphlet on how to choose a mistress, and he suggested older women because women age from mostly from the neck up. So worst comes to worst, you can just put a bag over her head, and that's it,
Wow.
it just solves all of the problems.
America's founding fathers, everyone.
He was insane.
was this before
come
or
on,
after he put the kite with the key on it in the lightning storm? Because it would
I
explain.
don't think he
Before.
ever
This
actually
was
did the
before.
kite thing. I think
Okay.
that's-
Also, he was.
Did that
he
fix
was,
him?
He was one of the only Enlightenment thinkers who actually thought something of female scientists and engineers. Like, let's be real. He loved women in every way.
He just didn't know how to talk to them.
Well, he also made all of his money playing like writing this ridiculous bullshit, so people would buy his paper.
Hello, group of people. Meet my friend Stunmine. Also, I whiffed.
Don't shoot.
I'm sorry.
Don't shoot. I surrender.
I really appreciate that everybody just has no real idea what to do with you when you're
That went well.
okay.
Oh.
Oh,
Seems to be centered at some
Lamp.
I'm luring them.
That
I'm
is a
luring
lot
them.
of-
It's
Wow.
intentional.
Holy jeebus creepers. You've managed to just pile every
They're all
single
there.
every single person in the entire game into one area.
hey, this
Well
is
done.
my trick.
This is a good spot for it.
But I'm
This is
glad
like
you
50%
showed your
of people who play
video
this level
to
straight.
school so that school could steal it after she watched my video to figure out how to do all the other puzzles.
Swear to God.
Yeah, well, none of you have found Jamie yet, so...
Ooh.
That
Yeah, you know that never really looks like
That's
that
the
brutal
best
of a
part.
takedown, but in slow motion, I can start to see why that knocks a guy out.
Yeah.
it's the
I was gonna
Undertaker.
say that's the best part of that perk is the slow motion when you, like, quick attack people. Oh, a person! Hello!
Donk!
Smash. Oh, I don't know what's happening to the video right there.
Hey, we're going
Um,
cyberpunk right now. We cyberpunk
I'm gonna-
now.
I'm gonna blame, I'm gonna blame Premiere's rendering or something
We'll see
on
if it
that,
clears
maybe.
As well, if we pretend it's not happening, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like with the second one.
I mean, it's kind of,
Yeah,
you know,
no.
this
Now
is...
we've only spent 45 seconds commentating on it, and it's impossible for anybody to remove in post.
I'm sure Loon can move some like a conversation from somewhere else in there. It's fine. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna say this now. I normally give you a little bit of leverage and a little bit of room on that, but that was totally like whiffed down right there. You're you shouldn't be copying so much of
Totally
Cool Guys
whiffed down.
runs.
Even I'm not this whippy.
I did say this was a cool guy
I
run.
love you.
It's true, actually. You did say you were going to be doing it the way Cool Guy does it at the beginning. So
And a second painting you left behind.
you're so mad at this
go
level.
back
You're
and
just
get-
like falling off and missing things. It's like.
Iron Rose is just giving me a taste of my own medicine. It's okay.
This is like I don't even understand why you're so mad at this level. I love this level.
I love this level too, but it's so long.
No, it's so, like, I wish I had powers.
This is beautiful. I love this.
Again, I probably have a better memory of this level simply because my first playthrough was the only one where I was
not ready for that. I was not ready for the way he just sort of sprung into your arms. Oh wow, a woman appeared out of nowhere! Finally, all my dreams have come true! Hey lady, you wanna go for whiskey and cigar?
Oh god, if this is the cursed demon-powered Let's Play, then it was powered by Illidan because I was not prepared.
What?
It's a Warcraft reference, don't worry about it.
I don't.
It's a Warcraft reference, don't worry about it.
I just said that. Literally just said those words.
Yeah, I know. They crossed in flight, okay?
Is everybody just copying me forever? Is this what's happening?
Take it as a compliment.
Am I gonna turn up to the next recording session and there's gonna be like already someone there named the Last Robokai, and I'm just gonna be like, what? And then we're just gonna sound like you guys, like pretending to be me.
Sounds about right.
Oh.
It's like, sorry, you've been replaced. We found a Robokai that uses Wind Blast.
It's okay because I can't really do an Australian accent, so
Neither can I.
you're safe.
Maybe we need to bring in a reverse Hugo Weaving, because that would do it. That's the only way we could ever replace Robokai. Get an American who just has this really weird American accent but can do a perfect Australian accent. There you go. I really approve of using explosives that'll work these things out. By the way,
It's innovative.
Like, why should I use up my incendiary bolts?
mostly because it kills the hell mosquitoes while you're doing it. Like,
Also, you're low chaos. Why do you do anything better to use your incendiary bolts on?
also a fair point.
I'm saving them for something. I don't know.
Okay, I want everybody to remember this. If they aren't used by the end of the game, like you guys let me know. Go back into the past and let me know, and so I can incessantly say to school, use your fire bolts. Oh, there we go. Look, you did it.
Firebolt.
You did it. I'm so proud of you, school.
Firebolt.
You used your bolts. You used your combustion bolts.
I did.
We didn't even really need a whole
did
lot of
it.
clairvoyance for that one,
Well,
bro.
now I just feel like that was a fuck up.
That's this entire level for all of us. Like, I mean, even
Hey, that was fun.
Maybe I just don't get to use. I get to use grenades even less often than incendiary bolts. So, like, maybe I just want to.
I mean, I suppose it's fair. It's not like you have better uses for grenades either.
that is definitely true.
Like, I can almost never use grenades. So.
Ding.
Dong.
My heart always skips a beat hearing one of those because it has been the doom of so many of my stealth runs.
Oh.
A freaking
Ding.
ding.
You doing stealth runs is kind of like the monkey fighting between its head and its tail. Because you wanna.
I mean, it does work out eventually, but it looks absolutely ridiculous while they're at it.
It's like, you're like, okay, I have to do this level stealthy, and in the back of your head, you're like, I really, really want to make everybody fall over and die. And I want to go super fast. I want to do this level super fast, but I still want to not get spotted. I want to make no noise. And it's just like, as you chase one, the other becomes more elusive because they're not running in the same direction necessarily.
What you actually looking for there is a Native American proverb. It goes, if you chase two rabbits, you will lose them both.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, that works.
The combination to Stilton's study.
Yeah, you're right in that I'm not actually doing a true.
Oh, we cyberpunk again!
Oh no! I'm messing with reality again. Here we go.
Honestly, this is just so
Changing
appropriate.
reality.
Nothing else.
It really
What
is.
the hell?
Time
What
is
is
odd.
this? Photosh- It's like
Time is
Adobe
an odd
Premiere
thing.
Pro. What are you doing?
God bless you, Jerome. You saved us all.
Blood vice. I think everything's fine now.
Yeah, till the next time.
Are you
So
gonna
I
go for
killed the
double
blood
blood
flies.
flies?
I am. I'm gonna do double blood flies.
Oh man, All of
Right,
these things
so I'm
that
gonna
you're really
do-
pissed off about in this level, but double blood flies,
Swim
that's what
crank.
gets you excited. The double
Double
dose
blood
of
flies.
monstrous, murderous mosquitoes.
Double blood flies. And then sometimes you'll see like bloodfly bodies on people's
What?
dinner plates. Like, no, don't
That's
do
just
that.
a bad idea.
Yeah, I promise.
Yeah, that.
I know.
I mean, I've actually had roasted cricket before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
You know,
told
so
us the story.
I am not opposed to the entire eating insects thing. Crickets can
But
can be
bloodflies.
tasty as hell. But yeah,
But
like
bloodflies.
hell mosquitoes, I feel like that's a little bit different from crickets.
I would like to have a sit-down talk with whoever the UI, I don't know, the UI controller was who determined that the same button was used for, like, bringing that wing up and also putting all the weapons away.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
I'm a-
my ending.
I will bring a knife and I will fight them.
Well, they're just gonna bring a sword. Because this oh god, double blood flies, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thing
well,
that's
then they'll get
happening right now.
confused and they'll throw up a wing instead of putting it away, and then I'll be fine. So yeah, there we go, double blood flies.
Double dead blood flies.
Woohoo!
That's the only good part
Not
of
double
this
blood
trick.
fly amber though.
You get to kill
You don't
them
get double
again.
money for it, which is very sad.
Well, all I can say is you definitely did it faster and more intentionally than when I did it.
No, it's
Well,
fine.
I mean, yeah, you actually did it in a way that made physical sense. She just kind of reached her whip-like gorilla arms through the bars and then yanked the
Through reality.
damn wheel through.
Through time.
It kind of doesn't make sense though, because if I eliminated the blood flies in the past, why are they there in the future?
Maybe it's a different family and they
Causality.
moved in because the other ones weren't there.
Maybe.
Mm.
That actually raises an interesting question. Are they like all basically one big family in a hive, a little bit like ants?
Oh.
I'm thinking way too hard about insects in a
No,
video
they
game
kind of
world
are,
right
with
now.
nest keepers
So like,
taking
what
the
if the
place
ones
of
on the
queen in a
second
weird way.
floor are like your horrible cousins?
Well, I mean, from biological perspective, that's what would make the most sense. They delegate the reproduction to. Well, no, that actually doesn't make
Here
sense.
we go.
Because each
They're video game flies. Let's be real. Nothing they do make sense.
Look, this is
You
the part where
encouraged
I
me,
find
okay?
Jamie.
Now deal with your failings. I'm going to ramble
Look at
about
this, I found Jamie.
Oh, hey.
Look, it's Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. What you did,
Yeah.
Jamie?
For some reason,
body.
he scrawled "no trespassing" in his blood on the wall, which is
I got
weird.
your letter.
That's called
Oh man, why'd you
Dialectic
touch
rage.
it?
Ew.
He's not in his.
I need to give him a proper burial.
A Viking
I don't know.
burial.
There you
Yes. He needs to know that someone has acknowledged his sacrifice for a crazy dude.
His sacrifice.
And then he's got like a weird
will
hand
not
with
be
coins
forgotten.
in it. Like, no, maybe
The
not.
It's his own hand.
yeah,
Coins.
that's a bit.
I don't know
Grab
that it
the
actually is.
Coins.
Well,
That's even
whoever's
worse than
hand it
cash
is,
registers.
that's weird.
Yeah.
I guess he was
I don't know
killing
why,
trespassers.
like, his loyal servant has a hand of,
Yeah,
like,
I don't
coins
understand the story of this room.
under a jar. It's weird.
It's a swing and a miss.
It's odd.
Well, you know, in the journey to look after his master who had gone insane, Jamie too went nuts because the void was bleeding through reality and probably didn't do his brain too good either.
This is your brain? This is your brain on void magic.
This is your.
This is your brain constantly being bothered by a small child, man.
This is your brain. This is your brain with zero context because it's a.
Here we go.
looting
Now she's
montage.
scooping up everything. We've done the.
This is my... I told you I collected all of it.
Yeah, but
I
you told me
didn't
you
know
told us
what
you weren't
you
going
are.
to show us. We were just going to assume you hoovered
I don't
everything up.
actually know why. I showed very little of things I picked up. I didn't show the painting. I don't know
Wow.
why I did that.
Choke slab.
I was probably drunk or something when I was editing, so just, you know.
It's kind of your excuse for a lot. I was probably drunk.
Here I thought you only saved that for commentating on my episodes.
Again, it's for everybody's.
It's for everybody.
I'm starting to feel a lot less
Okay.
special these days.
I'm sorry, you record
Aw.
and do your recording stuff sober?
Yeah,
Depends.
you've got to remember every day for me is a day where you act and think like you're drunk.
Honestly, there's been a couple
special.
of times where he and I have like shared a beer while we're commentating, and then we get the most
You've shared a
butt-mad
beer.
comments on those videos. It was insane when we did that during the Prey Let's Play.
Nice aim, lady. How about I aim your head at the ground?
Did they just not like beer? What was the problem? Like
No, remember I told you about this one. It was just like somebody wrote like a 2-paragraph screed about how we were off topic because we were talking about the beers we were splitting.
Oh no!
It was like episode 5 or 6
in a commentary.
Yeah, it was really intense too, and I couldn't believe how hilarious it was, but you know it was incredibly rude, so I ended up just deleting the comment because I don't directly engage stuff like that, but only, you know, indirectly, like a coward, right? So, but it made me laugh for like 5 minutes straight because it was just so incredibly angry about 2 guys sharing a beer, commentating on a video game.
They're here for the video game, not for you, cool guy.
Clearly.
Setting a bad example for America's youth.
If I'm an example for America's youth, America has long since descended into biker gangs.
and
Hasn't?
obviously I can't be because I'm not even American.
So he touched the little wooden thing behind the chair, and I guess that killed him. So whoops.
Either that or the glass that shattered.
I think that was just a glass, like a cup.
And you're gonna go for 2.
And then I think the same thing happens to this
Pear
lady.
soda.
Sorry, lady.
God bless it. Really? Come
Yeah,
on,
she's dead.
school.
Nice.
This is why I try not to intentionally kill people. It's because I accidentally kill people, like all the time.
No, he's just ignoring you. He's just done with your
Yeah,
shit.
no,
He's got a very
If I don't
Oh,
move,
whoa!
Really?
it's like she's not there
Whoa.
at all.
by the void.
It took him a second.
Ow, 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 ow.
I don't know what I hit him with. Was it a forget one or a
No,
runaway
yeah, that
one?
was a stinging bolt.
Oh.
He's just doing laps.
Just those two dead people curled over each other.
I don't think you're running the right way. These people do not know this house very well.
They don't know where the exit is.
I mean,
You would think that he would try to at least leave the courtyard. Yes. Really? This is okay. You know what? There you go. Good one.
This is to keep you from seeing whatever drove
I
you
might
to
have been out of
nightmare
sleep
tonight.
darts. We'll see next time I bring up the menu.
Yeah, no, you ran out of them when you were trying
When
to
anyone's
put the
still
puppies to sleep.
unconscious, I changed the past.
Oh, yeah,
But
okay.
how?
But how?
You're paying more attention than I am. I have to be nice to him. I can do whatever I want to him in the future, but
Well,
in the
he's
past,
pretty
I
legit.
be
I'm
nice.
fine with this.
Past. He's still
a
asleep
good
in that
guy.
chair.
he's still sleeping.
Some say he's still down in there in that chair, snoozing away. Rip and Winkle. Was that? That was the weirdest piece of art I've seen in this game.
Oh,
so
we've seen the old octopus
What?
statue
It was
a
like
few
a
times.
squid.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I don't remember it right
It's
now.
like right in.
Remember, extremely angry High Chaos cover said he'd like to feed Delilah to one
Yeah.
of those.
No, I don't
And
remember that, but that
Emily,
sounds exactly
it's
like
at the
something that would
beginning of
happen, so I
the-
believe
Clockwork
you.
Mansion. It says at the beginning of that.
Yeah, it's at the beginning of the Clockwork Mansion.
Okay,
And Emily's
but-
like,
but
there
I-
are strange things in the deep.
And Grover's
like,
just like,
alright.
I want to murder everyone with everything.
Yeah, that's
My dad.
that's High Chaos Emily too. She talks extensively about crushing Delilah's head.
Oh, you trying to clean? Oh, no.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That we were all on some random ass tangent, and then there was I'm crushing your head, and we were all like, what?
I'm hoping
That
I'm
one I
hoping in
remember.
the showdown between Emily and Delilah, we see Emily just sort of in the distance, sort of smooshing with her fingers, just going, "I'm getting you, Delilah. I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing your head."
Crashing. Okay, I fast forwarded here.
Yeah,
I guess
because
I'm getting
you're
rid of the
knocking out all of the
civilians.
servants that you said you wanted to be nice to.
I am being nice to them.
Uh huh.
I probably want to enjoy the art in peace, let's be honest. There's a lot of art.
Boy, you come up with some serious excuses here. These are like hardcore industrial
Did
strength
you prepare
excuses.
beforehand?
You just like beating the peasantry up. Let's be honest here. It's a very royal thing to do. Don't worry about it.
Look, there's a reason why they don't have money, and it's because I beat
God
them up.
hates them.
Steal their money.
God hates them. The outsider hasn't blessed
Incredibly
them like
angry
he's blessed me.
princess playing piano at incredibly high speeds.
Diddly-diddly-diddly.
Oh god, it's back.
Fish
This fish head has a lot more blood on it than usual, though, so it's kind of a case of what have I done, fish? What have I become, fish?
What have I become, fish? That's what I was thinking, actually.
Now, here's a man playing with blood flies.
And now
Because
it's
he's a hive
time
mind.
to enjoy art!
That's a building we can't see because the sunlight has ruined it.
I know.
Fucking...
Here, Fish. Fish, what do you think of art?
Is it the Hounds?
Dust District.
Pub? Somewhere else? It's probably just still concept
I don't
art,
know.
actually. So it's probably something
Yeah, I
something
didn't get a
somewhere
very
in
good look at
Karnaka.
it. That's
Definitely
Karnaka
not,
Legends
though.
Mothman.
That's a man with wings. That's weird.
That just looks like concept art.
something, dust storm
Yeah, I'll be
coming.
honest with you. That enemy actually kind of looks like what the Dark Elves look like in God of War, the new one. They look like really strange-looking dudes with bug wings.
spikes coming out of there everywhere.
No. Just
Mm-hmm.
bug wings.
Oh, that's Addermeyer.
This is God of War, no Warhammer 40,000.
I'm convinced that the adjective dark, when applied to any sort of thing in any franchise, implies spikes. It's just like a universal meme at this point.
They're just
Well, it's
they're
usually a
just
safe
angry
bet.
beetle. They're just angry buzzy fly people, and the light
It's like-
elves are moths.
Moths.
Well, that's as near as I can tell because they just really like a giant globe of light and sort of want to rub their faces on it. So I just assume they're moths.
And that's a pretty
Yeah, but
fair,
moths
that's a
are
pretty
scared of
fair
you.
way to look at things, I'd say. Boy,
was
you're
I gonna
really
say?
going over this place with a fine-tooth comb, ain't you?
I told you I was, like, I collected all the stuff. But I'm mostly just giving the fish head a tour, I think.
Well,
So, Fishhead,
Don't
now
remember.
we're going to the main hall, and these
Wait,
people
Fishhead?
need a nap.
Fishhead, where did you go? Oh no! What will I tell his body?
Fishhead!
I've lost it.
I think I threw him at somebody, I'm sorry.
That's quite a mural.
So this is a new room that you get if you save Stilton.
Yeah.
His study ends up getting finished being
It's
built.
pretty pretty.
It's a very nice stuff.
And you can steal some stuff. So there's like a new bone charm, which is really the only significant. They're like, please pay us, Mr. Stilton.
Sure, okay.
He's got himself a nice old cigar. Flush it.
Everybody
Flush
likes
it.
whiskey
I
and
like
cigars
how
in the
his
Dishonored universe.
his like
Oh, there we go.
his business
We
desk.
found
looks
our
at a
child again,
statue-
and now we can continue escorting him around the building.
Oh yeah, I'm doing the fish head.
Oh,
like,
no.
putting the fish heads in.
Oh
there.
no.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Oh,
So this is... When did Emily become a mafia don?
There we go.
And also, it's a horse
It's a-
head, not a fish head. Get it right.
Look, have you seen a horse in Dishonored?
Okay.
It's a prank. I was just gonna say, I hope you noticed that Aramis Stilton's like business desk looks at the butt of a giant statue of Theodon Isabel.
I didn't notice that until you said it. Now my memory is not going to let me see anything but that for the next couple of minutes.
Yay!
But that.
Things seem to be the
But
worst.
that-
there. The two
God damn it.
times are overlapping now somehow.
Time to begin. Where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he.
So I've been thinking about this, and it does make like the whole blood fly biology does make sense if you presume that there are only a couple of fertile breeding pairs. So you have like a king that fertilizes all of the eggs, and then all of the individual blood flies that you see and kill are the females that carry eggs, and then so the king could then basically fertilize all of the eggs, and then they use corpses to aid their reproduction. So that's in that way the entire thing makes sense. It's really very ant-like. Only, you know, the genders are basically reversed.
Do you feel better now, Kugai?
That's cravat. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't paying attention to a word Kugai just said just now. I
But
was
you
just
make it
looking at
so
the
easy.
cravat.
We didn't have a whole lot to talk about, and I wasn't gonna let you all bully me.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes the commentary in here is just basically a door, and Kugai just keeps walking into it.
Yeah, well.
Look, we're all just as bad at various things, so.
At this point, we've also already seen this particular piece of backdrop like a couple of times. So you're getting lectures on bloodfly biology. It's still relevant to the game. Damn it!
It's true.
It's better than like
Fig
what
one.
I
What
do,
beers
which is look
Bloodfly
what I
scream.
did.
Leave an angry comment, like, and subscribe.
Oh my god, shut up about your orgies.
Yeah, like proper response.
Well, shut him up.
The cow, do it now.
From forever.
The
It's trying
wings
to
slowly
end it
opening
here
up on the
now.
ridiculously
You
dorky
realize
little
they're not
statue.
actually here, right, School?
Or
Oh,
are they?
whoa! Or are they?
Not even science
Ah.
cross time.
Yeah, this
Oh.
is the bleeding edge where natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Something else.
You must lock away. I thought we lost you.
Well then, I sit corrected because I'm not standing right now. That's for damn sure.
Get on your feet and be corrected, motherfucker!
Wait. You are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you.
Oh, time to go.
Yeah. We've had our fun.
Bonk.
We've watched time. We've
to
electrocuted
go.
everybody. What's there left to... Oh
am I
dear.
doing?
Stop doing your own
I swear
rituals.
to God, School.
Must... truly, is it important we summon our own Satan in all of this? Really?
They keep reenacting it, so there has to be something missing, right?
Oh man, you are trying to.
You were trying to
fix the
summon an
past by
elder
throwing
god.
man
This will
meat
not
at it.
end well for you. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
You're... Speaking of elder gods, oh my Christ! How long did this take you?
I don't know. Time?
I'm just shaking my head at this point.
This is amazing.
Yes, this
Yes.
looks like a
Did you
demon
notice,
struck.
like, even like the single bodies have symmetry on the back end? Like, she
feel
thought
like I
about this
deserved
on
a grand
multiple
exit.
dimensions.
This is why you don't give an assassination job to someone who's obsessive compulsive.
I don't know, that'd be probably one of the most terrifying murder scenes I'd ever seen.
Yeah, that's what a hard-boiled detective comes in.
Yeah, but it would also be easily solved because the sheer amount of evidence you would leave behind, carefully rearranging everybody.
Not if you're a demon of the
Doesn't
war.
matter. The detective would look at it and say, screw it with the highball. I'm just taking the entire handle of bourbon, and then just die in a gutter from alcohol poisoning.
Look around you. A crumbling island at the very edges of the void. But this one is special. It's the place
I
where
won't look at you. You can't make me look at you.
Oh my god, everyone's passive-aggressive fights with the outsider still baffle me to this day. That's
By
like,
everyone, you mean me in school. Rose tolerates
that's like
This part of the
2 out of 4.
is older.
right up
Step
into
on
the-
his face.
I thought I'd
No,
find
he'd
a way
probably
to
like
escape.
that.
Oh Christ, he probably
The
would.
ropes only cut my skin, so I went limp. And then the knife touched my throat, and I knew I'd waited too long. The blood ran out, and I became a god. Now you know Delilah's secret. At the end of her days, she drifted through the void and should have been lost forever. But her will...
It makes him rather significantly less impressive, I have to say. The whole sacrifice backstory, I don't know, in Dishonored 1 he seemed very, very powerful, very, very eldritch. This is just mundane.
It's always important to remember that there are gods, but the void is actually the one in charge. And the god is and the void is eating him slowly. The void is consuming him. Eventually he will just wither away. Well, you know, except death of the outsider happens, so it's like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, well, it's also worth noting that in the first game, he I do legitimately feel like the outsider being a little bit more passive this time around that's quite a stare. Makes a lot more sense simply because he does have Delilah being a part of him now, and he doesn't like it. So he's got, you know, he has some problems with his own power simply because it's being co-opted by this other demigod that's hanging around him.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to just help you more rather than be like, hey, I'm the outsider. Let me tell you a stupid story. Okay, goodbye.
But I gotta say, though, it makes Delilah...
He's bound by certain rules as well, I think.
Yeah.
It's fairly safe to
Is
say. The entire concept of how he became a god is essentially informed how he does things. Because you see, he was somebody who was a nobody who was giving, and I say this a lot, who was given amazing godlike powers, and you know he has to figure out what to do with those, and he does exactly the same thing as what happened to him. He finds people who are in a situation that's like, you know, completely got them rock bottom or out of their situation, but they have a certain something, and he wants to sort of understand that certain something. So he seeks out, he gives these people powers, and he sees what they do with them. And
I also
Maybe he wants
would
to
be
see if
very
they'd act
surprised if
differently
he's
than he
able
did.
to do that terribly much more, right? Like the entire modus operandi of the Abbey of the Everyseer, or the Abbey of the Everyman, is only possible because he has a relatively limited impact on the material world. Like, the fact that he's been able to give you the heart and the timepiece in and of itself is an extraordinary amount of effort for him, particularly considering Dishonored 1, when he was just like, yeah, here's a heart, have fun with that.
I suppose the timepiece makes it
Hero
a little
made
bit
it.
more meaningful of a gift.
Yeah, the timepiece itself is definitely
You
an
know, to meet up with
extraordinary
Sokolov
gift
again
for
at the
his
skiff
for his
after a very
purposes.
strange day.
After a very strange day. That's
I feel like I need to say that I don't actually know what I was trying to do.
oh look, someone's checking the cabinets before they leave. Somebody who made fun of me for checking the cabinets before they leave.
Oh man,
I
I
don't
must
even
have really
remember her
hurt
making
you for
fun
you
of
to
you on
remember
that.
every little
I
criticism.
I was just like, oh yeah, I remember when I did this, and she made fun of me. I had to edit that episode recently. It was the weirdest experience of my life, listening to just drunken blithering and
If there's
sass,
a cabinet, I have to check it, okay?
and editing out about 50 instances of you just going.
Spreads out from there.
I have no self-reflection, okay? So yeah, I don't actually know what I was doing before, and I'm waiting for the Duke to start talking or something right now.
why, so you can shoot it down while he's still talking.
No, I'm trying to get him to say something about how the High Overseer needs to shut up about rats and how much he's drinking. I'm waiting for him to talk.
It'll mark a real victory. More air means less dusty lung.
Lucia Pastor, right? You deserve thanks for helping the people here.
She hasn't even developed any way to treat rabies, so I don't see what the big deal is.
She hasn't even developed pasteurization.
And who do
I
you
swear to
think
God, school.
I'm not stupid. Whether the newspapers and the posters in the street are right or wrong, I know.
I like to help.
She's also pretty much one of the only people in this entire fucking setting that has a brain to realize, hey, if I pull down the mask, that's probably the Emperor's.
Sounds like you have a
No, I mean,
No,
there's
nothing that solid.
the same general face,
I believe
you
the
know,
Duke will fall
build.
eventually.
There are a number of
All
other
I can say
things
is that when
that
you
I
reach the
can
Grand Palace,
that I
Just
can
be
use to
aware that
identify
not
somebody
everyone
besides,
there
you know,
is your
their
enemy.
mouth, which is the
Trust
only thing
your
that's being
judgment.
covered up.
All right.
Hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
there's only
Alright,
one other
good luck.
person who actually was able to
Still a
look at us
chance
and
to
go,
meet
"I know
something
who
new
you
here,
are,"
Colonel
and that
Gunn.
was
Something that serves
that was
everyone,
our
not
friendly
just some
scientist
rapacious
psychopath.
bastard with a title.
I like how
mean,
even-
back in the day, you didn't actually get to see empresses that much. You kind of relied on, I don't know, what, paintings
Yeah, but
and
you'd figure there'd be
newspapers or
enough of them
something?
to know what her face is.
Or even the mighty take from those who suffer.
Maybe.
This is also still the age of silver graphs. Like you can get photos.
How many
going
other
around.
young female assassins
There's
on
only so
crack
much
are
to
there
do.
running through Dunwall?
So little time to think.
The on crack portion is what really distinguishes her there. We do have the witches around.
I mean, if this was, you know, like if it was
Nobody,
capable of
like,
it.
characterized the Empress as being on crack before.
I mean, if you think about it, I'm pretty certain it was probably also like, well, obviously we couldn't do it if it allowed us to do it. School would have been there rearranging everything on the desk until it like made a smiley face or something. That's usually the big giveaway.
I wish I could pick up all that bread.
Nope.
Would miss
Missed
that.
Wouldn't miss
There you
that
go. He's
first time.
talking now.
The Duke is finally talking to me. What is he saying? Oh, the award.
Set of awards to critical mine workers this month. What is it for? Safety? Certainly not productivity this time. You should all thank Stilton. The only one of you lazy ingrates worth anything. Back to work, all of you.
What a man.
Like he said, he has to present an award, and then he like doesn't.
He's got a
He's
water
been
fund.
drinking a lot recently.
He's got a water fund because not everybody went, "Hey, Delilah's the Empress now." A lot of them went, "I don't think so, fucker," and started like, you know,
I would
raising
really
their
prefer
armies.
not to die in a mine, because so you can get another silver
I-
bar. Well, that's just unreasonable, he
I
says.
suppose it's odd, actually, that Delilah hasn't intervened in this version of the future. Well, it
she's
seems
in
like the
Dunwall.
smallest favor you
The
can do for an ally.
expectations would probably be completely different at this point. You know, I mean, like this isn't. It's sudden to us, but it's gradual to them, right? Instead of
If
having
Duke of El
instead of having the mines working full tilt, you know, they've been working at their reasonable state, and they just moderated their spending to that because there was no
fair
changing
enough,
it.
but
So does that mean I've made the Duke more poor?
it just baffles me that the Duke, who is willing to
In
launch
this
a coup
present.
and still has in this version of the future, or present, is unwilling to use violence to silence this big giant thorn in his side.
Coming from the Grand Palace.
You have to
That
be
is a
very.
fair point, I'd say.
You do have to be very careful in how you deal with certain individuals, particularly when they're extremely popular and you're not.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to figure out his best way of doing it, and I imagine once everything was consolidated, he would be all over. He would be all over Aramis in not in the same way that his father was all over Aramis Stilton.
I'm just saying, pinning it on the crown killer.
He's used to that,
Yikes.
just not in that specific way.
I feel like probably if I hadn't been so tired of doing video editing, the last 20 minutes just wouldn't have happened.
I don't know why that's so funny, but it is.
Honestly, that's pretty good
You
to me
really
too.
hate this level.
I feel like the last 20 minutes of this video game wouldn't have happened if I had just become
It's just
extremely
like,
tired.
why would I show like looking at a stupid fountain and like talking to people?
They were
Like,
it
no.
was a very pretty fountain. Come to Kansas City, the city of fountains.
Just give me bone charms. Give me bone charms and go away.
Honestly, my heart was screaming out for you to just like slide and take that guy down from
No.
behind.
No, he's a civilian. He's innocent, and this is the peaceful.
Oh, he's innocent.
changed
She
present.
says arranges 5 more bodies into a summoning star.
Maybe no one
They
else
don't
will
care
even
what they've
notice.
done once they're
Things have
unconscious.
changed here. For the better.
And I think this if you do like low chaos, like Megan's intense
got
moralizing
Dusty
at you that
Long.
continues even after this point. It's just kind of like, you stupid sucker! I went back in time and fixed things. You have an arm
Yeah.
because
And
of me.
nobody
Fucking-
appreciates it.
I know you don't know this, but Jesus Christ, okay? I understand responsibility now. I don't need you telling me about how not to fuck up.
You're back. That was quick.
What a slippery slope.
I literally gave you a pound of flesh, Megan. Like, literally. Could you
I
stop?
couldn't take you to see Stilton
It's
myself.
more like, I don't know,
I
what
guess
is
you
an
can
arm
prove
like
it.
3? I think an arm is like
Years
3.
back,
That's not
Stilton was
the
always
saying
quiet about
though.
the Duke. I never figured out just why.
Look at her smoking with her
Could
new
you stop
arms.
blowing smoke in my
Hold on a
face?
second.
You
Do
have
you
a
guys,
mask
do you
on.
guys
It's
think
not that bad?
you know, thinking about it, do you guys think that maybe the Duke is the old Duke and Aramis Stilton's love child in the same way that Emily is Corvo and the Empress's love child?
I don't think
don't
it
think
would
that's
work
how
like
sperm
that,
works.
but okay.
I don't think it works that way, but it really amused me to think about it for a moment.
I mean, it makes sense in a weird, perverse, fucked up way.
I
Damn
like
it,
how Sokolov is
Robokai.
like, can we go
I
home
found a way
now?
to get around Paolo and Byrne, and I've been to Stilton's house.
Get around, she says.
Yeah.
Hell is
Oh
this
yeah,
music?
this is
Quantum Leap theme,
summary.
which is
summary screen.
a horribly inappropriately happy theme for what the show was about. But whatever.
I swear to God,